Good morning, friends, and welcome to the pre-market view. We've seen weakness across the global markets, starting from US markets, which were down about 1 to 1.25% on a combination of some of the weak economic data points emanating from the ISM services sector, where the index was down to about 52.5 versus expectations of 54.5. Also, the private sector job addition was also muted at about 1,56,000 as against the expectations of about 2 lakh. Also, the renewed aggression by North Korea on the war front also is leading to weak sentiment. And the same kind of a sentiment was prevailing in the European markets, and they were also down about 1 to almost about 2%. An important thing to watch out for in European markets is the ECB and the Bank of England policy meets, where the interest rates are likely to be unchanged. When we look at the Asian markets today, couple of markets are shut, particularly the China and Taiwan, but Japanese markets are down almost about 1.8% as we have the Bank of Japan policy meet starting today. Remember, friends, this is the first meet after the new governor has taken over position in Japan, and there are expectations that there could be aggressive monetary easing, but the way the yen is strengthening against dollar, it is not giving any kind of a comfort to the economy and to the stock market, because the dollar yen has actually climbed up to about 92.5 to about 93 as against about 95 odd levels that it was quoting at. Similarly, friends, we have seen across the board sell-off in some of the metals and even precious metals like silver, to some extent gold, and more importantly the base metals. In terms of flows, FIs were net sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 368 crore, and in the index futures they were sellers to the tune of about 722 crore, and the domestic institutions were buyers to the tune of a meager about 45 odd points. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues, data and strategies that we can have in the F&O markets.
Good morning, friends. Let's have a view at derivatives. Friends, in yesterday's trade, we have seen that the Nifty opened lower due to the weak global cues, and after hitting a fresh intraday low during the initial hour of trade, market has shown some resilience and has bounced back, but was not able to turn into positive. And till late afternoon, it continued to trade in negative territory, say in the range of around 30 to 40 points. Now, during the last hour of trade, or to be precise, during last 25 minutes of trade, after senior leader of BJP, Mr. L.K. Advani, made a statement that early elections are quite possible, that triggered a sell-off not only across to the market but also across to the sectoral indices, due to which we have seen that the PCR ratio has again slipped below the mark of 1 and is at 0.96. Now also we have seen that the short positions have been accumulated, and this is for the fourth or the fifth consecutive day in a row that shorts have been built up in the market with every rise. The implied volatility has increased marginally by around say 5 to 7%, and we have also seen that the activity in 5,800 call as well as put option is pretty good. So, and we have also seen that markets were unable to surpass this hurdle. So this level would act as an resistance or say hurdle in coming trading sessions, and on lower side we have seen that 5,600 put option stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest, followed by 5,700, and as a VWAP is at 5650, what we would suggest is if Nifty closes below 5650 level today, then we would revise a bias downward. From intraday perspective, Reliance Power is looking good, so one can go long with stop loss of 65.35, whereas Suntiv is looking weak, one can go short with resistance of 388 rupees 65 paisa. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, the CERC has given a relief to the Adani Power for their ultra mega power project, where the tariff has been revised upwards because of the hike in the coal prices, and a similar order is likely to come up for Tata Power and Reliance Power also. And more importantly, CERC has asked the Gujarat and Haryana government to set up a committee to look into the escalation in the cost because of the higher prices of Indonesian coal. And this is definitely a bit of a relief for the power sector, and we could see renewed buying interest in some of the stocks like Tata Power, Reliance Power, and even Adani Power, which actually moved up by about almost 7.5 to about 8%. The Goa State Pollution Control Board has issued a notice to the United Breweries as well as United Spirits for allegedly releasing the affluent sewage into the river factory. So this could be a bit of a negative for both the United Spirits and United Breweries, and some controversy is already going on in that space. So expect some weakness in those two stocks. And other important news is that the government has convened an all-party meet on April 9 to iron out the differences on the land acquisition bill, which could be taken up in the next session of the parliament. The Supreme Court has reserved its judgment on a petition challenging the validity of the $8.5 billion Kane Vedanta deal, and they were looking at doing this deal for the past few days, but it seems to have been delayed, and there could be some weakness because of this development on the Kane stock in today's market. Reliance Power has got an order of about 2,550 crore from US Exim Bank for Sarsen project. So one can go long on Reliance Power with a stop loss of 64.5 and a target of about 68 to about 69.5. Crompton Greaves also has got an order of about 239 crore for an offshore project. So one can go long on Crompton Greaves with a stop loss of 91 and a target of about 96 to 98. And Maruti seems to be facing some kind of a problem in acquiring more land at its site in Gujarat, and where they might have to pay 3 times higher price for a 40-acre plot that they are looking at. So one can short Maruti with a stop loss of 1330 and a target of about 1265 to about 1238. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a nice trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.